Everyone loves comic book movies. Well, at the very least, they love the good ones. And it seems like we've gotten a lot of them lately. The world of comic book movies, very recently, used to be a barren wasteland, littered with terrible adaptations by people who made point of fact not to read the material that their movies were based on, and neon nightmares that look like someone just ingested a bunch of glow sticks and then projectile vomited over a film set. That being said, even the best of these movies have dumb moments. Bear in mind, I'm not saying these movies I'm going to mention are bad. I'm saying they're great, but there might be an element or two in them that is just like, real dumb. Spider-Man 2 is the best Spider-Man film. Let's not kid ourselves. Even if you like Andrew Garfield and Emma Stone more, which I do, this is the best of the series. It also has probably the best villain, Doc Ock. A regular man with octopus arms drilled directly into his spine for some reason that then take over his brain, because if the Spider-Man movies have proven anything, it's that science is for dickheads. Notice also that I referred to Octopus Man as a regular man, because he is. He's just a guy. The Green Goblins have enhanced strength, Venom is the worst but alien in origin, and Sandman is a combination of both sand and man. Spider-Man in a pinch can lift about 10 ton, and in the comics he's said to pull his punches on regular criminals so he doesn't just splatter them. So when these two meet, it should have gone block, block, dodge, block, bang, out, over. Of course, his robot arms will continue to work, as they've proven to do, dragging his lifeless body around. But still, it's amazing that Spider-Man didn't accidentally kill this guy. Blade 2 is good. It's so weird that it is. I mean, I haven't seen it in like 10 years, but regardless, it does have a great director and a great cast and some solid special effects. Except for this scene. There's a bit at the start where some vampires infiltrate Blade's facility in these like UV light blocking suits. And the fight that follows starts off quite well. Real life crazy person Wesley Snipes can really move. And then, inexplicably, the action is intercut with some bizarre rubbery CGI. Why? Why did movies around this time attempt this? It reminds me of that Agent Smith fight in The Matrix Reloaded that suddenly turns into a PlayStation 2 cutscene. Luckily though, this doesn't last long because one of the vampires yells stop and everybody stops for some reason. Wait, is this not a good movie? It is, right? It's not just me. The Dark Knight. What a great film. Some say a perfect movie. Some say, what's with that bit with the bullet in the wall? It makes no sense. And whatever way you look at it, it doesn't. Okay, so the idea is, Batman finds a bullet in a wall, presumed to be the Joker's, and decides to do some actual detective work for once. So he digs it out, uses a minigun to match what kind of caliber bullet it is. It's that one, great. Then he digitally reconstructs it, where lo and behold, a fingerprint magically appears. Putting aside that this whole sequence is nonsense, and you can't digitally recreate a fingerprint by firing sonar at a broken bullet through a brick, how exactly would a print remain on a bullet as it went through a wall and shattered into dozens of pieces? Putting that aside, if the bullet was put into the clip, then the print would have only appeared on the casing, which would have been discarded when the gun was fired. So I guess Batman could have just found that on the floor and done away with all this nonsense. But putting that aside, let's say the Joker did this on purpose. Took a bullet out of the casing, put a fingerprint on it, then put it back very carefully without smudging it, with the idea that Batman would find it, and that would lead him to an apartment above where the mayor was to be assassinated. Now, it could just be a coincidence that Bruce Wayne happened to be there when all this unfolded, but if not, that is amazing that a person could set up a series of events built on the off chance that Batman has the fictional equipment required to get a fingerprint off a shattered bullet. But secondly, Batman should deduce that someone went to great lengths to get this print on the inside of a bullet casing, because he's supposed to be the world's greatest detective. Everybody calls him that. But I've deduced something of my own. Nolan's Batman is the worst detective and a murderer. And whatever way you look at it, this scene is total nonsense. Thanks everyone, and if you like someone yelling about things that don't really matter, then why not check out the opposite of this video, great moments in terrible comic book movies. I'll link that below and at the end of this video, along with this video on why Aquaman is an awesome character. Also I have a podcast, it's called The Weekly Planet, it's out every Monday, and in that we talk about comics and movies and films. You can also find that linked below, or at the terrific comicbookmovie.com. But what do you consider a dumb moment from a good comic book movie? I have a bunch of these just bouncing around in my head, so I'll probably do another video like this, but in the meantime, if you want to let me know yours below, that would be great. Alright, thanks everyone, take care.